Hello and welcome back. In today's video, I'm here to give you my thoughts on the 0-0 draw between Luton and Middlesbrough. Right now, we should be celebrating 3 points, and the reason why we're not celebrating those 3 points is because we don't know how to score goals. It is as simple as that. We could have easily have won today's game 3-0. In fact, we should have gone in at half-time 3-0 up. Biggest mistake going in at half-time, drawing the match, because we knew the second half probably wouldn't be the same as the first, because there's no way you can keep that tempo going for 94 minutes. It's a real shame. Those first 20 minutes were outstanding going forward, and we just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. And I am going to sound a bit like a parrot because we should have won today. Now, I do think today is a missed opportunity because Middlesbrough, their defence, is not as strong as it normally is because they've got injuries at the back. I think they only had one fit centre-back today, and he looked like he was their best player, if I'm being honest with you. Their passing, I thought, was poor. They lacked any real quality going forward. We kind of stopped any threat they had. The only chances they had came in the last 10 minutes of the game, and they were half chances. We restricted them to having chances from outside the box. They were very poor today, and they still walked away with a point. Fair play to them. But we shouldn't have allowed that to happen. We should be celebrating 3 points. If we look at the starting 11, we kept the same defence, same striker partnership. It was an unchanged team from the win over Cardiff midweek. The defence was brilliant today. Out of possession, we were fantastic. The turnovers, great. And like I said, Middlesbrough didn't have many chances, and I don't think Thomas had a save to make. Very quiet afternoon for him. Makes a change because he's always busy. But no, quiet afternoon. Going forward, that's when it was a lot busier. But we just were unable to take our chances. Asgard has got to do better. That first chance, he just needed to, direct it goalwards, and it's 1-0. And then his second chance, I think he hits it straight at the goalkeeper, either side of the goalkeeper, that goes in. Adebayo, we can point fingers at him, but he's got to do better with that chance. The amount of opportunities he's missed, he's a real concern because he's always out of confidence. He's a confident striker, and I don't think we can continue playing him. I actually felt his performance was a lot better today than it was against Cardiff. But because he's not got confidence in front of goal, you can't afford to keep playing him because he's going to keep missing chances. With him, he just needs a goal and then things start happening. But then when he goes long periods without a goal, we keep seeing this where his body language isn't the best. And then he misses opportunities. He's not the only one, of course, that missed opportunities today. But we need those chances. We need to be scoring goals. We need points on the board. And with teams around us in the Championship also winning games, the pressure gets piled on even more. Yes, we still have some control because we've got to go to the teams around us in the Championship and win. But the only way you win games of football is scoring goals. I know it sounds simple, but it is. That's what you got to do. You've got to score goals to win. It's a real shame because the performance was great. And I'm going to keep saying the performance was great, but it just lacked that final bit, which was, ball in the back of the net. Matt Bloomfield, he made his subs early in the second half to try and have an impact, so you can't blame him. The game plan worked today. The game plan was spot on. The players have just got to take responsibility, but for me, it's a missed opportunity. As I've already mentioned, Middlesbrough's defence, we did, pile on pressure to that, and you can definitely see how weak they are, especially at the back. Morris, I think, won every single header in the air today, but he didn't have that clear-cut opportunity, and it's a real shame because why isn't he having those clear-cut chances? It's always falling to someone else, not him. He's having these half chances, and it's a shame because I think out of all of our players, he's probably the most, clinical one out of all of them, but he isn't the one getting the chance. And then second half, obviously Elijah came off, Brown came on. I find it a complete joke, by the way, that an EFL referee gave him a yellow card for attempting to have a shot, which he's entitled to do. It's a coming together between him and the Borough defender. There's nothing more to it. It might be a foul. You know, the Middlesbrough player got there first, I think. But Brown his intent is to have a shot. His intent isn't to foul the player at all. And the fact the referee booked him for that was a complete joke. And because of the impact of that coming together, he had to come off 10 minutes later because of that impact. And you can see how gutted he was because he was in pain. He put the shirt over his head. He didn't want to come off. And to be fair to him, the last couple of games, his sub appearances, they have been quite good. So it is a real shame that he had to come off because I don't think the plan was to take him off. I think the plan was to take Morris off because Nordas was coming on regardless. And I think it was going to be Nordas and Brown as the striker partnership. But then it obviously got flipped to Nordas being for Brown. Ali wasn't really too much in those attacking areas as I would have liked. He was playing more as the wing back. I thought Alfie, his quality in the final third is letting him down a bit. In fact, his performances recently haven't been great. This system suits Alfie. So I don't understand why we're not seeing those performances from him which we did at the start of the season. He needs to get back to being his normal self a little bit. I thought the midfield was great. Clark, Asgard, Walsh, the defence was brilliant. I would like Isaiah Jones to have a bit more quality in the final third, but I feel like this is what we're going to get with him. We're going to get this pace, but then he's going to lack that final bit. But I can keep talking about us lacking that bit in the final third, but ultimately we should have taken the chances which we did. The second half was never going to be like the first because the first half tempo was, you know, it was 100 miles an hour. We were going at it, and it's a real shame that we walked in at half-time 0-0 because we should have at least been 3-0. And I don't want to keep repeating myself, but we should have won the game. Thought we did everything right but score. So let me know what you think down below. Drop a like on today's video. I am live streaming tomorrow, by the way. That's going to be tomorrow at 10:30. So if you want to come and ask me any football questions and talk more about today's game, feel free to do so. Follow me across all my social media. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the live stream tomorrow. If not, I'll see you in tomorrow's video, which is 5 things which we learned from the game against Middlesbrough. So I'll see you guys then.